Hey guys, so just wanted to just put my thoughts out there. Some days you have that are so great and some days are not so great. And so YouTube videos is something that therapeutic, as I always say, makes me kind of release my thoughts sometimes and makes me feel better. So I wanted to do that. And this is gonna be all over videos. You guys definitely leave me comments if you relate to anything I'm talking about. Yeah, so the first thing I want to talk about is what I've learned over time. I'm 30, yes. Is there are just people in this world that will never like you. They will never like you. There's just something about you that they'll never like. You could be the most supportive to them, you could be the most giving to them, you could be the most friendly to them, but they will never like you. And I think that's something that I am clearly learning now, even more. And it's something that I have to learn to accept. Because for me, I always try my best to kind of make I try my best to make people happy because when people are not happy, I'm bothered a little bit. I'm like, "Oh gosh, what did I do? Was it something I did?" And I think about it over and over and analyze it and I'm like, "What did I do wrong?" But I'm slowly realizing that I don't need to do that. I actually just need to let some things be and just realize that there's people in this world that will never like you and nothing you can do about it. And it's also human nature. We don't have to vibe with every person we meet. We don't have to click with anybody we meet. There's some people that you run into your life and they'll never be your friends. And there are people that you meet, they're going to be acquaintances. And there's people who are going to be really close friends. So it's tough, but it's good to accept that and just know that there's just people in this world that will never like you. So that was my first thing that I really thought about, and I'm like, I think most of my younger years, or I want to say younger, but I mean I'm still young. I want to say I spent a lot of time really trying to please people because for some reason I just felt like if somebody didn't like me, oh my gosh, that's horrible. But slowly now it's just like, okay, I know it's out there. Somebody's not gonna like me for this reason, so let me just leave it alone. Let me not even try. So it's kind of getting comfortable. I'm getting more comfortable towards that. So right now I can easily like tell people, hey, I can say no. I can tell you how I feel about something, and if you don't like me for it, I can easily walk away and say, you know what, we're not gonna click. That's fine. Um, so today I was having a good morning when it started, but I had some issues to deal with, and it just made me start thinking about what I need to do as far as my life. I need to make some changes about certain things, um, and which brings me to the next thing. Sorry. In this life, like I realized, sometimes you think that you have nothing in this world, and you never see why anybody in this earth would ever feel any kind of jealousy towards you. But I'm wrong because I think there's people in this world that will always be jealous of anything you do, even if it's just a matter of you did your hair differently, or you got a job, or you bought a new house, you bought a new car. There's people who are always gonna have issues with that, and they're just always jealous about something and everything you do. Because I always say to myself, like, you guys know I'm like a student. I barely have any stable income to say. I'm just now trying to figure out what I want to do with my life and changing things around at 30. So I feel like I'm way further from where I want to be in my life so far. And I never feel like there's anything for me for people to be jealous of. If anything I could think of is just me always having the spirit that is very lively, outgoing, and regardless of what I'm going through, most people really cannot tell. Especially when I'm outside, you can never really tell when something's bothering me. I really know how to keep that face up. But for people that know me, that really know me, know that if you say something that annoys me or something that irritates me, I'm gonna give you that look, and I don't want to deal with it. I'll let you know. Hey, I don't like that. Let's not go there. But I've realized that that's something that I think maybe, wow, I'm like breaking out. I hate this. Something about me that maybe I've realized is maybe bothers people around me is my personality. But I don't know. I'm just trying to guess. So I just want to say that this jealousy, jealousy is really bad because it drives people to do some really bad things out there. And sometimes you think you don't have anything for somebody to be jealous of, but you actually do. Sometimes just being you makes somebody else jealous, which is really sad because that has nothing to you just born into this world a certain way, or there's nothing you can't change that. You can be jealous of somebody's job, for example, but to be jealous of somebody for being who they are is kind of like, Ooh, okay, So I just thought about that. I was like, I always ask myself that. I said, I had acquaintances like back in college where I always felt like I had a bunch of people that I called that acquaintances. I actually called them friends because I was going through I'm going to talk about that next. And we had a circle of all these African people. And before you know it, things got so out of hand with rumors and people spreading this and this and this about the other person to the point where um, so many bad things, for example, were said about me. And I just never understood it because I was here. I didn't talk anything about anybody, but here I was being put in the middle of stuff that didn't make sense to me. And I was like, what is going on? And I had people basically trying to wear the clothes I was wearing, meeting all the friends I had. And I never understood that. I was like, I don't have anything for somebody to be jealous of. Like, what is going on? But so slowly I realized that you just can be you and people can be jealous of it. So think about that. This is a video about things that are just kind of on my mind and I'm realizing. The next thing is friendships. This is harder for me because I really, really always wanted to be a good friend to someone. I always wanted to make an effort to be a friend. And I tried throughout my college years. I really did try, but it didn't work out because for me, one of the things I learned is not to use the word friendship, but more like acquaintance because that's what I had. I didn't have friendships. And it was hard, and realizing basically by the end of graduation that I basically had nobody to call a friend. That was one of the things that was really difficult for me. I went and talked to my mom about it. I was like, wow, it's really difficult to make friends because you make the effort and all you get is people just acting like you did something to them. All of a sudden they're talking about you, and there's just so much drama, especially with female friends. So I definitely made this effort that I would not make any more friends. I would have acquaintances and go like that. But it's funny how life works sometimes. I ended up working at Macy's and a lot of retail stores. And Macy's, I ran into a close friend of mine now for like 4 years plus through that way. And so far, everything's cool. We don't have any issues. We don't have any jealousy towards each other. We support each other and we talk about things that are bothering us. If we had something issues with our families or something's going on, we talk about it. So it took that long for me, this happening for me to kind of get to where I'm at and just having this one close friend where I can deal with. I feel like I was always trying to please a lot of people, and that's why I kind of had so many acquaintances, and it didn't work out. Then I was in this thing where I was trying to, I was trying to, I don't know, I was trying to have a friend. I really was. And it was funny because people just like giggle when I say, it's nice to meet you, you're cool. But as far as friendship, I can't promise anything like that, And people are like, why would you say something like that? But I do because I'm just really now protective of the people that I put around me. I'm just like, I'd rather be lonely and not have a friend than to have to deal with the drama that I dealt with back in college. It was just really crazy to me. Um, so yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say that sometimes things change. And I was watching Anana Josie, and she said something about sometimes there are people that are in your life for different seasons. Some people are not meant to be for the rest of their lives. They're not meant to be around you. Some people are meant to be around you for a long time, teach you certain lessons and all this stuff. So sometimes, you can have people around you, but they don't have to be the people that become your best friends. And I realize that now, but it was, at the time I didn't really get it, but now I do. So I just really got burned when it comes to friendships. So I didn't even bother. So now we are just slowly with my friend now. We kind of are working at it. We try, we get busy sometimes, but we try to make the effort to spend some time together and like talk about things if it's something's bothering us. I really felt like this was the first friend that was open to me and told me just about everything about her life. And I know her that way because most of the friends I knew never really told me what was going on with their lives. It was kind of like, oh, hey, let's go hang out, have some coffee, have drinks, and all that. That was about it. And I thought that was a friend. I actually did. I didn't even know what a friend was. I always wanted to be a friend to somebody, and I don't know. So I just want to say out there that it's important to have at least one friend. Do have somebody that you can go to and talk about things. I have my boyfriend, but he's not a girlfriend, you know. There's certain things that he can talk about and things that he just is like, what are you talking about? I don't get it. So you have to have that. The other thing I learned is family members, you might have blood, you're sharing blood, but it doesn't always mean that things have to be perfect and working out and people are working together and kind of thing. There's families out there that are always broken down, things are not working out. So that's just normal and it happens, you know. Sometimes things are not going to be, you know, those families where everything's so great, everybody's happy and all that stuff. It doesn't always have to be that way. It doesn't. And for me, I've had a good family so far, so I never really thought about it too much, but I know now like it doesn't always have to be everything's peachy, you know. We're just a great family kind of thing. Like things can go wrong and things can happen and where people don't get along and all that stuff, and it's okay. I've just learned to accept that. Um yeah, so I just was thinking about certain things. And just want to do this video. It's really open, and as you guys can see, I'm sweating like crazy, and I don't know, I'm breaking out. Pimples. Anyway, so I just want to share that with you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I wake up tomorrow feeling way better and much more, I don't know, more me, whatever that means. Okay, bye, you guys.